Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Doctor Who Reviews and More. And I'm finished with the 8 episodes. I was finished yeah, Tuesday night. Yeah, on 18, yeah, 9th till the 18th of September. I watched the last episode. And well, the episode is called The Reality War. Battle rages across the skies as the unholy Trinity unleashed their deadly ambition. The Doctor, Belinda, and Ruby have to risk everything in the quest to save one innocent life. The Doctor, Belinda, Ruby, and Unit have to save the world from the unholy trinity on the Wish World, restore reality as they know it, and prevent the return of Omega. However, doing so will require the Doctor to make the ultimate sacrifice twice. Well, and also the Doctor can't have babies because he's a Time Lord. Yeah, Time Lords cannot have babies with humans. But here's the question. You know, the 11 Doctor, played by Matt Smith, and Amy Pond, played by Karen Gillian. Well, end of the 5th series. You saw that Amy Pond flirts with the 11th Doctor, and you know that they have some hunky punky at the end there, and boom. Later on, Amy Pond was pregnant. Yeah, and the baby Melody, and later on becomes River Song. So when the baby grows up and becomes Melody, she regenerates to River Song. And also, when she was little girl, she regenerates to a teenager, and after that, she regenerates to an adult. So how come can Amy Pons? Well, as I was saying, um, the 11 Doctor, played by Matt Smith, and Amy Pond were played by Karen Gillian. At the end of series 5, you know that Amy flirts with the Doctor, and then boom. Later on in the 6th series, series number 6, we find out that Amy Pond was pregnant, and also we saw that there was this young girl that regenerates to Melody, a teenager, and then later on we find out that the teenager regenerates to River Song. So how can River Song regenerate? That's why, because the Doctor, the 11th Doctor had hanky panky, you know what I mean. And he's the one that makes Amy Pond pregnant. Yeah. And it's not Rory. Yeah, no. It's not Rory that's River Song's father. No. So, and now the 15th Doctor says that he can't have babies because he's a Time Lord, and So how come the 11th Doctor get to have babies with Amy Pond? Because the Doctor is River Song's father. Yeah. It's not Rory. No. So that means that the Time Lords can have babies. Yeah. So if the 11th Doctor can mate with Amy Pond and get a baby, then the 15th Doctor can mate with Belinda and have a baby with her. Yeah, Poppy. Well, the Doctor can't have babies because he is a Time Lord. Yeah. But he can have babies. Yeah. If you have seen the 11th Doctor, he mates with Amy Pond. Boom. Melody. Boom. River Song. But that Doctor says that he cannot have a baby because he's drummer. But why? Yeah. But why can River Song, played by Alex Kingston, regenerates? Before she was River Song, she was Melody. A young child, boom, regenerates to a teenager, boom, to an adult, River Song. Yeah, and that means that the Doctor are her father, not Rory. Well, because Rory is a human turned into this Romans, one of the Romans later on. Well, because Rory isn't a Time Lord. No, Rory isn't a Time Lord. No. He was turned into a Roman, And he is also a human from planet Earth. And in the Wish world, a Doctor and Belinda have a child named Poppy. But in the real world, the Doctor finds out that he isn't her father. Yeah, because that when that the Doctor push the regeneration and he do the power. Yeah, he shoots the power in the console of the TARDIS, and then he wakes up outside the TARDIS. Yeah, and then he comes face to face with Belinda, and they talk, and she said that you're not the father. Yeah, and the Doctor explained that he can't have babies, and Yeah, the Doctor. Well, the 13th Doctor comes back when the 15th Doctor is in the TARDIS again after talking to Belinda, and he's pushing some buttons and tries to fly away, on the next adventures. Then Jodie Whittaker, the 30th Doctor, comes and talk to him. Yeah, and also, have you decorated? I don't like it. Yeah. Every Doctor in the history of Doctor Who, have you decorated? Oh, I don't like that. Yeah. So, returns into the TARDIS. And, the Doctor starts to regenerate. He pushed the regeneration out and shoots that into the console. And you know that he wakes up and talks to Belinda, and then the 13th Doctor comes. And after the 13th Doctor leaves, at the end of the episode, the Doctor shoots his regeneration power out of the TARDIS. Yeah, he opens the door, and when he goes to the door of the TARDIS, he says, "I cannot do this alone." And then you see the lights turning black. Every lights are turning off. And he goes to the door opens, he shoots the regeneration power. And then, afterwards, regeneration powers out of the TARDIS, and then Billy Piper appeared. Yeah. And you know that Billy Piper looks around like so, and then she smiles and say, "Hello." And then boom, 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 boom. The episode ends. Yeah. And well, also the Doctor meets Omega. Yeah, you know Omega in this episode. And he need a weapon. And he said, "Wait a minute, I can use this clock. You know, the error on the clock that moves. He takes that down and use that as a weapon. And he shoots lasers against Omega. Yeah. Omega has just eaten the Ronnie, one of them anyway. And Mrs. Flood, she got the time bracelet on her arm, and she flies away. Transported away. And then the Doctor... Yeah. As I was saying, Mrs. Flood has transported away with the bracelet. Because the Ronnie, one of them, has lost it when she got eaten by Omega. And the Doctor shoots the laser and makes sure that Omega goes in to the prison that he was in. And yeah, he went into that prison again, and then the door got shut and locked. And after that, everything disappears. And you know where the TARDIS were all the time? It was in the room. You know that when Conrad read the story about the Doctor Who, you know, that's the TARDIS. Yeah, because the TARDIS turns into that room, the nursery where the baby was. And you know that Millie Gibson's character, Ruby, she transported in there, she talks to Conrad, and she gets the baby. She kissed the baby, and she said, "It's all over," and everything changes. Yeah. So everything has been saved. The universe has been saved from Omega. The world from Ronnie and Mrs. Flood. And every time period that the Doctor and Belinda were has been saved. So everything is okay for the moment. So what do I think? What do I think about this season? Well, I have to tell you one thing. I have to be honest. Well, as I said before, I respect Doctor Who and I appreciate Doctor Who. Yeah, I do. So I like season 2. Yeah. Season 1. Yeah, season 1 was good. Was great. Except one of the episode. That bubble. Yeah. I didn't understand why she has a bubble on her head. And those creatures, why the creatures did what they did. I didn't understand that. But I like season 1 anyway. I like season 1, I like season 2. And I have season 1 on DVD, the box set on DVD Yeah, you can see that in one of the unboxing videos I did last year. Yeah, that episode when I opened the package. Oh, I got the season 1 with the Nugatti Gatwa. You know, it was on DVD. Yeah. And well, the picture that I put on that video, that shows a Blu-ray, but it didn't. No, I wasn't. I didn't get it on Blu-ray or Steelbook. No, I did. I got it on DVD. But yeah, but I hope I can get it on Steelbook very soon. Season 1 and season 2 on Steelbook. Yeah, I hope that. But Steelbooks are so expensive. Yeah, they are. You can get a Steelbook for very cheap if you are lucky, but occasionally they are expensive. Yeah. So one time in the future, I will get season 1 and 2 on Steelbook. Some point. Yeah. So that's it for now. Share your knowledge, collection with other Doctor Who fans all over the world. And as the fourth Doctor used to say, do you want a jelly baby? And if you have watched this video till the end, well, the Omega, yeah, hashtag Omega strikes back. Yeah, Omega strikes back. That's the hashtag. Yeah. So I hope to see you in another video. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. And thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And I hope I can get 5,000 viewers or subscribers. Yeah. 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers at the end of 2025. That would be very nice. Yeah. And a very good Christmas present. But, that will not happen, right? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. So, bye.